But first up, let's invite the first corporate on Trading Hour today. Religare Enterprises is in focus after lenders approve a one-time settlement plan of 2,300 crore rupees for the company's NBFC arm, Religare Finvest, against 5,300 crore rupees it owed to the consortium of lenders. So we are looking at a haircut of 57%. To discuss this and more, we're now joined by Rashmi Saluja, the Executive Chairperson of Religare Enterprises, on the show now. Rashmi, morning. Thanks for joining in. This is Rima here, and Happy New Year. It's a good start to 2023 for the Religare Group. First, if you could start off by telling us, how do you plan to fund this? 2,300 crore is what you need to pay to the lenders. You have a period of 90 days. Take us through your plans.
Thank you so much. A very happy new year to you and your entire team. And of course, we started the year for Religare absolutely bang on. It has been a long awaited time. In fact, it took us 4 years to reach where we reached day before yesterday. We have already paid almost from 80 to 85% dues have already been paid. In fact, we signed the entire agreement with the lenders. 16 lenders we signed on 30th and 31st. Before the end of the day, we paid the lenders almost 85%. So that we have already done. And the remaining also, though we get time, 90 days as per the RBI guidelines, we get 90 days to fulfill the entire settlement. But we are going to complete it in January so that we can really focus on the lending part. As far as the monies are concerned, the entire team was working very hard, and we very tirelessly worked on the collections, and the efficiency of the collection was really good. In fact, the entire COVID period was very well covered. So we had a major amount of monies in our banks already, and the remaining, whatever the gap was, has been paid by the parent company, that is REL. So there were absolutely no issues on the payment. And in fact, the lenders only got comfort while knowing that, yes, we have the monies to do the settlement.
Okay. Looks like you are all set to, take the lending business forward in a big way. You're looking to restart it as well. Tell us a little bit about that. How do you plan to do it? What are the kind of resources that you will need? And what do the next 1 to 2 years look like for the lending business?
In fact, in our country, in fact, the financial sector is really very bullish, and we are very, very hopeful that NBFCs are going to do extremely well. And the only thing is, the entire focus of the government and of the RBI and the regulators is on governance. If we are able to secure the governance part of it, then doing business in this country is absolutely a great idea. And NBFCs are here to stay, and they are going to be more niche specific, more sectorial, and that is how it is going to be moving forward. We are also going to be focusing on our area of SME. We are very happy on doing that because the entire team has been trained, and we have also acquired a lot of skills in it. And that's going to be a way forward. That is just the NBFC part of it. We've had some preferential round earlier. Twice we've raised money, and now post OTS, all the shareholders are extremely happy and they would like to pitch in more money. So that is again an agenda of actually raising money for starting more businesses and also to strengthen the existing business. As I had earlier also mentioned, that we really want to make it a 360-degree financial services as far as NBFC and the allied services are concerned. But our major focus will also continue being in our health insurance company, and also the broking and housing development, which is basically for the affordable housing. So one, of course, we have monies. We've just funded our health insurance company. We've just given 300 crores last a month and a half back, and we will continue funding that. And by February, March, we will be raising around 700, 800 crores, for which our shareholders are very keen on doing.
All right, that is good to hear. I'm just going to take a minute to refer to the flashes coming through from the demonetization judgment. This is important. The first one from Justice Gawai said that power available to the centre can be, used and is available for all series of bank notes. Windows provided for exchange of notes were reasonable. So he is saying that he's completely rejecting what the petition said. There's no flaws in the decision-making process, and it satisfies the test of proportionality. We also have the view coming in from Justice Nagaratna, who says that the Justice Gawai judgment does not consider that only the RBI board can recommend demonetization. So this is what we have so far from the demonetization judgment. This is sort of unraveling in real time. So I'm going to keep bringing you updates on that front. But these are the two views that we do have so far. Rashmi, coming back to you, good morning and thank you for joining us once again. You know, you were talking about this one-time settlement. Can you tell us what the balance sheet could look like after that? If you could just give us a sense of what the net worth would be, what the debt is going to look like.
Sure. First of all, let me tell you one thing. After the one-time settlement, it is going to be a debt-free company as far as the NBFC is concerned. And of course, remaining all the other companies are debt-free as well. But I also wanted to bring notice on something which we started, that it's not a 57% haircut to the banks. And first of all, we have honored our commitment, not waited for 3 months, which is a good idea for the banks. And we have already paid around 80 to 85% already to the banks. And the entire money we are also planning to pay in next 15-20 days. So when you are actually paying the money upfront, it is a big, source and bonus, and for banks as well. And if you calculate the entire haircut, it is not more than 20-25%. That's it. And of course, when it adds on to giving the money upfront, so that also is a very big bonus. That's one thing. And second is that post the OTS, when we are finishing the OTS, the entire prudential norms as per the RBI, we will be much more healthier and much above all that. So we can start the business. Our CRAR will be again over and above 50%. So that's going to be good. And our balance sheet immediately after will be plus 500 crores. So that looks like really, really a healthy start. And it also gives confidence to other lenders who would be in a position to lend us monies for actually taking it up. And the first money that we will put in for starting the business will come from home. And that is exactly where REL is going to be supporting our NBFC, apart from any other businesses. We have done this until now, and we will continue doing that because we are very, very hopeful and we are very bullish on the future of NBFC.
Okay, we'll get to that, Rashmi, but here is the crux of today's Supreme Court judgment on the 2016 demonetization to demonetize the 500 and 1,000 rupee notes. The Supreme Court has upheld the government's demonetization decision of 2016. That is the key takeaway. The Supreme Court has upheld the government's demonetization decision. This was a very important judgment that the street was awaiting. It's the first of 2023. There were 2 judges who were going to rule on it, and the ruling is that they've upheld the government's demonetization decision. And moments from now, we'll get to our colleague Ashmit, who's at the court, and he will be getting us the nuance of and what the arguments presented were. But Rashmi, very quickly to talk about the NBFC lending business. What's the quantum of lending that you are looking at in 2023? How much do you think you will be able to lend? And what is the cost of borrowing for you? And therefore, what could the margins look like?
So the cost of borrowing will, of course, before that, let me tell you one thing. We are going to focus on SME and also on lot into health and health infrastructure. Health is again going to be one of important focus for our SME business or in NBFC as well, because that is one business we have understood is going to be doing extremely well. As I was telling you, niche businesses will work. So that is going to be adding the big bouquet for NBFC. Second is, of course, it is going to take a while before we really get a good rate of interest from the lenders. Until then, we will be focusing on in-house funding the company. Almost 1,000 crore is what we are going to be putting in for our Religare Finvest. That's the kind that we are looking at. And of course, it's going to take a while before I can actually decide that what are the margins that we're looking at. Right now, we're just trying to stabilize the business, and we are trying to still understand which are going to be in SME, what are going to be the areas of focus and business, while we will also be focusing on the affordable housing segment, which is as little as 10 lakh to 20 lakh. And the SME ticket size is going to be a little more granular than what we did earlier. It's not going to be more than 5 crores to 10 crores. So we will be actually creating something more on a granular book rather than actually doing what we did earlier in a large ticket size.
Thanks for joining in, and have a great 2023. That is Religare. By the way, the market has been quite stable today.